Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the 10 best filters right now on EAFC. So if you're new around here and you need to make some coins, you're in the right place. And if you want to get yourself a team of the year, of course, you're on the right channel. So make sure to subscribe and of course drop a like down below. And if you do need some coins in a bit of a quicker way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against neeks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to MitchCactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to MitchCactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. Now, usually at this point, I would open a pack and give you guys the chance to win some FIFA points, but we have a load of duplicates now. They're all going to be crafted into exchange packs. I'll be opening them on another video, so make sure to stay tuned because you may be able to get yourself a chance at winning some coins or some FIFA points. Now, over on the quality section, we're going to go through 10 different qualities, of course, doing 10 different filters. We're going to start off with a team that you're probably going to find in most filters. And for that, we're going to start with special midfielder, Premier League and Man City. So the quality is technically a few qualities on this one, but of course, we know who we've got coming up. We've got Phillips, we've got Bernardo Silva. I think Phillips sits at around apparently more than 40k, 60k. So we've got this 86 Phillips, we've got Phil Foden, we've got Doku as well. So you've got a couple cards all sat around the same value there. And of course, you've got the likes of Bernardo Silva having his own special cards that aren't far off in value. Of course, if you look at his Thunderstruck, well, when you look at his newer cards, a little bit more expensive, obviously, with the likes of his team of the year. So we see here, we're looking around that kind of just brinking over that 40k mark with these guys. So obviously that is just a standard Inform 86 at the minute. There's not too much difference between this guy and most Informs at that rate. So you're looking, I'd say it's selling him on at about 38k. Realistically, if we have a look, there's a few here at that. So maybe you could push 40. So if we say 39, 2k for EA tax, obviously, roughly, and then 1k for profit. So 36, not a bad place to be picking up Philly Foden. Obviously, you can get, of course, the likes of Doku. You can get the Phillips card as well. So there's potential for a few cards on this one. And there are a few other ways of managing it in terms of as a filter, in terms of how you break it down. The other thing you can do if you want to change this one a little bit, if we pop off the pricing there and have a look at who has a Playstyles Plus, you can see the cheapest Playstyles Plus card is going to be, of course, Bernardo Silva. So you've got his card at 80k here. You've also got his secondary card here. You've got De Bruyne here. Now, obviously, De Bruyne worth a fair bit more. So what you can do, if you'd like to section them out differently, you can. And you can get it so you're just looking at the likes of De Bruyne and of course looking at also the Rodri cards that you've got in the Fire and Ice promo. Now for this next one, we're going to go base hero, going to go Playstyles Plus, minimum 161, and if you pop this to 250, you've got the likes of Cordoba here, and then not far away, you also have the likes of Di Natale and then Lucio. Now of course Lucio isn't really going to be coming up, he's actually quite a bit more than these two are, but we can actually get ourselves some quite good snipes on our Cordoba here. Now for this one, you are going to have the likes of Wesley Sneijder not too far under, so you can do a little bit of compare price, but you're of course going to want to avoid picking him up. So essentially it's best when he's not available, because obviously profit wise for this Cordoba card, we realistically want to be seeing them at around the 161k, maybe even lower. I'm probably selling them at 180. Obviously at 180 you're losing about 10k EA tax. So realistically it would be ideal if there wasn't a Sneijder listed and you'd be able to kind of avoid having him be one of the ones you can pick up. Also with him being on this time frame, he doesn't work for compare price as well, so there's that. But without this card on the market, I feel you wouldn't really expect to be in this video yet, but of course Mary Earps makes life so easy for us. Team of the year, if you go to around 400k, we've of course got Earps here. I don't think there's many other team of the year players that really come up until you get to, I mean, what, probably 700k. If we have a look here, you've got Bright here at around 500. We've also got the likes of course, Allison. You've got Bright, Allison. We've got Oberdorf here as well. There is a way that obviously you can section this in two different ways, so it would be two different filters. One of them, if you go for basic chemistry style, this one is going to bring out all of the other players. So if we take off our, well, I mean, we can take off the price cap, we don't have to, but essentially you pop basic chemistry style, you're going to get rid of anyone who is not, of course, an outfield player. Now the other way you can do that, there is a couple, I think Playstyles Plus is going to remove any non-outfield player as well, so you've got that in there as well. Now if we go down to obviously 400k, of course Allison's not going to come up here. You've got Mary Earps just absolutely on her own, which is, you know, it's a shame to see. It's essentially a pointless team of the year card. Apparently she is trashing game as well, so it's not just people slewing it. It's a what, 5 whatever to keep, 5/8 keeper. It just doesn't make sense for FIFA, does it? but it does make sense for sniping. So you can grab this card at maybe 130,000 coins. Obviously, it's not going to be that difficult. There's going to be a ton of people listing her low because a lot of people, do you know how fuming you're going to be if you get a tradable team of the year and it's Mary Earps? Like, I would be punching my TV. And Team of the Year honourable mentions, of course, is another filter that we can absolutely pop on. We've got a couple Prem ones. We've got the likes of absolutely beautiful Musiala card, a nice Edison card, which I think is going to be really good in goal for a lot of people. He might even end up in goal in my team, to be honest. Him and Allison are beasts on this game. We've got the likes of Diani there. So there's a few ways we can break this one down. Now, realistically, I think the easiest way, the couple easiest ways, England, first of all, we've got the likes of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kane. Both of them going to be sitting at the same value pretty much, around 100k. You know, they're good players, they're not amazing, but you'd have them in your squad. So that's going to be an easy one to filter off on the bat, to be honest. The next one, I would say, if we're going to go for a little bit of a higher value, there's probably, I mean, Real Madrid, very easily. That's an easy one. You can't really do Brazilian. Real Madrid, and then I guess the kind of next easiest thing to do with this one is to hit this at about 50 or 60k. Just have a look at who we've got coming up there. 70k gives you Olga. It's also going to give you not far away from Edison as well. So obviously he's going to be coming up on that one. Also, the other one, which I didn't expect us to really be able to do, but I guess it just makes sense because some of them are honestly trash. I got Xavi, and he's honestly piss poor. I would have loved Essien, would have loved Czech, Zola. But I ended up walking away with Xavi. Now, I did actually sell my Team of the Year check recently for 370. I paid like 320 or 330 for him, so I got a good deal. But I essentially got the worst one. Now, with this one, you probably want to go to about 400k. We've got Czech here. As you can see, he's gone up a little bit from the looks of things. You probably want to snipe him, I would say. I mean, that 370 in theory is a snipe, but you probably want to get him at 360 just to make a little bit more profit. Sell him at 390, 400, and you've got a good little profit there. If you sell him at 400, it's 20k EA tax, so you've got to bear that in mind. There's a lot of EA tax on these cards because you're at a very, very high price point. And of course, you can section this off in different ways. So if we take off the cash amount there, have a look at who we've got. We've got forward, and we've easily got defender as well. We can go for midfielder. There's quite a few pretty easy ones to just do off the bat. Of course, Ribery isn't really snipeable on a filter. Mateus, they're pretty expensive, but if you've got the coins of Mateus and Vieira, you can single them out in a filter very, very easily. And a really easy set of cards to go back to is, of course, Trailblazers. These guys were very, very poor in terms of drop rate. So the forwards, if you minimum this to about 100k, you're looking at Salah, Griezmann, Son, Ronaldo. Obviously, let's not talk about Mbappe and Hansen, because for some reason Hansen's still one of the highest value cards in the game. We've also got Smith as well. Honestly, forwards on this one, Harry Kane as well. There you go. There's literally forward after forward that is just unbelievable. Whack it on PlayStars Plus, you get all the high value ones. It just makes sense. And the other thing that of course makes sense is subscribing to this channel, dropping a like down below, returning in future because we do have a load of banging videos and I'm sure you guys will enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one.